This video isn't for a paid advertisement or anything like that. It's just me sharing my story about what I've been through, and I know that there's a lot of other men out there who are struggling with going bald or thinning out on top. I was exactly the same. As soon as I started thinning out, I started to shave. But in all honesty, when you shave, it just makes it worse. Watch the video, have a go, let me know your thoughts, let me know if it's helped you. It's helped me. How is the top of my head looking?
It's honestly like, when we look at the back, like how much thicker here, like we still have a tiny bit to work on here, but we really haven't done anything to that area. Like we've really only been concentrating on that area, which, as we know, was back here when we started. So I think the way that it's connecting in is pretty impressive.
No, because I want to do a video. I'm going to put some photos up of how it was and all the products that I'm using.
Yeah.
And just how far it's come.
And I think it'd be interesting too, like if once we do add that.
Because what did we use?
That's only been the dermal stamp and the rosemary oil.
And how long have we been doing it for?
18 months, but you've been... I reckon it was about a year consistently.
Yeah.
And then now you've sort of just been doing more
on and off,
like maintenance sort of style.
It, yeah.
But I think it was probably a good 9 to 12 months, pretty consistently.
So what did we actually do? Results. But like, what did we do that made it happen?
So basically, the dermal stamp helps open up the follicles of the hair, because they weren't dead; they were just sort of dormant. So they were just sort of like closed over, but the follicle was still there. So by the dermal stamp, just applies those little stamps in there to stimulate that collagen, blood flow.
And then what about when I use that rubber? And then we do the
rosemary oil, which has the natural sort of regrowth formula, and then the massager. So again, it's all things to like stimulate collagen, stimulate blood flow, just to get those follicles reworking, because they basically just gone to sleep. And that's what a lot of people need to realize, is if there's early intervention with hair loss, it can be brought back. If you leave it to the point where the skin becomes shiny, then hair transplants are your only option.
Yeah,
but you can go for like more natural alternatives.
So if you're not at the shiny stage,
yeah,
you can get it back.
Yeah.
So basically the hair follicles are just weak and they snap off. That's what.
Yeah.
And you just lose hair in that area.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that your hair follicles are completely falling out. They're just weak, they've snapped off.
Yeah.
And they continue to snap. But when you're shiny, those hair follicles, it's grown over.
Like grown over, it's closed off. It's no longer
Okay, so basically
anything.
what we're doing is making those hair follicles stronger, so when it grows, they don't snap off. So then how does it get into more? Is it like the yard, like seeding it?
Basically.
Like the more you fuck around in that one area, and then little areas are going to start popping off?
So you're getting all that blood flow, like you're getting everything moving underneath the surface, and then rosemary oil, what it does is it helps to swell the base of the hair follicle, because for a lot of people when the hair becomes weak, it's really thin, so it just like completely pops out. So then that process has to start again. The hair's not staying there. With rosemary oil, it swells the hair follicle underneath the surface. So then if you're trying to pull at it, you've now got like a much larger bulb. So the hair's actually then staying in there, being able to grow. Where before, the shaft of it becomes quite thin, so it just
So I think that's the biggest thing, is there's not a lot of understanding around... Because I guess with men, well, I did. As soon as you start thinning out, you shave. You start going bald. You start shaving.
A lot of people just accept
But is it the stage... So is it the thinning stage that is the rescue stage as such?
Yeah.
Like when you're thinning, that's what it is. So you're not bald, you're thinning.
Yeah.
So when you're thinning, that's when you get on top of it. Don't start shaving.
Yeah.
Start doing
some stuff that you can actually bring it back. But a lot of people just go, oh, well, I'm that age, and they just sort of don't do anything about it and just accept it. But for a lot of people, you don't have to go drastic. And it's not to say that you're going to be as full as you were when you were 17, 18, but you can definitely hold on to hair that's what I mean, with natural products that you don't, and they're inexpensive. Like, what did it cost us? It literally cost you like, what, $40 for the initial, you know, and it cost maybe, like the dermal stamp you've still got, the scrap, but you know, it's only...
I think I've used, 2 bottles maybe?
Yeah, 2 or 3 bottles.
3 bottles?
Yeah. So it's not expensive, it's completely natural, and obviously you can go more drastic routes with your minoxidil and things like that, but it's worth giving it a go to sort of start it, especially if you're in the early stages of noticing it.
The thinning stage.
Yeah, that you can sort of get to it and curb it.
What about the
before it becomes-
receding stage?
As long as you haven't left it to the point where, as I said, the scalp's shiny, that's when you need to
Yeah.
start going. But there is ways in those beginning stages that you can bring it back. If you leave it to the point where it's completely gone, then unfortunately, hair transplant's the only way to go. But there's definitely heaps of products on the market that you don't have to buy the expensive stuff.
No,
You just got
awesome.
to be sort of consistent with it.
Yeah. No, sweet. Alright, so I'm going to put some pictures up from how my hair used to be and the products that I currently use, and you'll see the massive difference on where it was to how it is now.